Hi friends, welcome to my Lockdown Diaries, edition 10. Before I begin today, I would like to thank each and every one of you for taking a time out, watching these videos, giving your comments, your encouragement, your constructive criticism. Let me admit, it truly helps and it matters. So without much ado, let me begin today's diaries. But it will be a little bit different today. Rather than going through the mundane lot of talking about how the epidemic is spreading through Europe, through the US, through India, through Asia, trying to give you facts and figures, which I'm sure you are aware of it right now, considering that there's so much time on hand to follow it yourself. Let me begin with a story today. So yesterday, perchance, I saw a film on Amazon Prime, it's there now, called Parasite. Yes, the Korean film which has won so much acclaim and awards on a global front, a lot of Academy Awards as well. Let me admit, yes, I'm a little late in the game. This film has been quite popular for a long time. But yes, if you haven't, anyone of you who's listening to this and hasn't seen it, I highly recommend it. You should go and watch it first. At the core of the film, the story is about class struggle. How the different classes, the haves and the have-nots, how they live and exist in the same world, and how they are impacted by the same kind of circumstances and events, and how they kind of they have different aspirations, different behaviors, different outputs to the same kind of issues that confront all of us. It is a beautiful dark comedy which exposes the underbelly of class struggle. And this whole struggle between the haves and the have-not is beautifully brought forth through an event which happens towards the end of the film. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, it might just spoil. So there's a sudden storm kind of a thing that happens in Seoul, and the whole place is completely deluged by water. And the difference between how the same event impacts the rich class and the not so rich class is what this film depicts beautifully. For the rich, it's just inconvenience. It's a disruption to their to the fun and to the enjoyment that they have in life and expect to have it. On the other hand, you have the poor. For them, any of this is a matter of survival. They have to go through this, the whole trauma and ordeal, trying to just make their ends meet and trying to keep their nose above the water. So, when I was going through this film, I couldn't but think about the relevance of this struggle and the real life scenario that we are seeing right now. How the coronavirus epidemic, the COVID-19, is impacting different segments of the society in such a disparate manner. So, we have the rich class. The rich class is very inconvenienced. They are not able to travel. They are cooped up in their homes. There are no maids coming, so they have so much chores to attend to. They can't travel, so they are very nostalgic about that thing. From the Ambanis to the starlets to all these people, so you see them all the time. What are the struggles that they are having right now? Their struggles are all about mopping their floors, doing their exercises, not having a hairstylist. So their struggles are such. On the other hand, let's take, before we jump down to the lowest echelons of the society, the middle class, people like us, right, who are watching this, who have a shelter over our head, and who have some some means of savings and financial security. Our concerns are a bit different. Our concerns are finding the rations every day, going to all these shops, standing in line for vegetables, for groceries and all these things, being able to source that on a day-to-day basis. Our struggles are about whether we will have, how will we be able to pay the EMIs in the days to come, will we have a job security, will we have kind of surety going forth, will all these things pass away and we will be able to get back to our lives just the way it was. And then we move to the complete bottom of the society, which is completely exposed, and has no means to deal with these issues. They don't have a shelter of the head. They are dependent on charity and handouts given by people who make it a point to take photographs and post them at various forums, and no one is much bothering about them either. So the same event has a different impact depending on where you stand in the whole, the so-called Varna system of our modern society. And yes, so when I was watching this film, it kind of reminded me, yes, that is how it is, right? That is how our society has been designed. That is how this whole structure of our society has evolved. I wish at some point we would be able to give a thought whether this model that has happened, whether this difference that we have today, the disparity between the haves and the have-nots, what are the reasons to it? What are the, how can we reduce these kind of, disparities? How can we, in some manner, make a society more equitable? I wish we could spend more time on that thing. And, it's sad that we need events like these to realize the difference that has been, the chasm that has been happening between our society itself. Yeah. So coming back to the film by Bong Joon-ho, beautiful film. So the whole class thing. So they have this whole struggle, and it culminates in a violent outbreak in the climax. It culminates into that. And what is the interesting part about that? No one is spared from it. No one. The rich, the not so rich, no one is immune from it. And that is what this thing is. If and when this struggle culminates, it can have a repercussion which will, which will be seen across the segments of our society. We have seen this happen earlier in the previous century, where we had the Russian Revolution and the kind of angry outbreak that happened from the populace. Something similar was witnessed in the French Revolution as well. And we have seen this happening at times and again in our history. And somehow, if these differences are not mended, if attention is not paid to this thing, it will have an impact. I keep saying this, this income inequality is very stark when it comes to India, because the best example I give again is in a 20-25 kilometer radius, you have the biggest, the costliest private residence and the largest slum colony. So when we have these kind of disparities in a society, we can't claim to be a progressive and an equitable one. So yeah, so that was a rather dark observation that I was making. But yes, Parasite is also a film which will be enjoyed by, even if you don't tend to intellectualize it in that sense, try to find deeper meanings and motives into that thing. It's a film that you're going to enjoy it for the simple storytelling and the manner in which it's written. So the best example I can give you is Animal Farm by George Orwell. It's an amazing novel. If you read it, if you don't have a kind of deeper ethos to it, you don't find deeper ethos in it, and kind of the linkages that Orwell makes about communism and the way that society functions. If you don't if you don't really go into that depth and find out that thing, it's okay, you'll still enjoy the tale. But if you do, you're gonna enjoy it further. So that's how Parasite is in that ways. There was another film that it reminded me of was years ago, decades back in fact, there was this film made called Jaane Bhi Do Yaro. If you remember that film, it was another dark comedy which spoke about the class struggles and how the capitalist system unites to deprive of the rights and the rights and the of the lower segments of the society, of how corruption is so rampant and it's used as a tool. So that's about it. These are the thoughts that were going through my mind as I was watching the film and enjoying the tale. I thought this would be a good thing to share with. As long as my own personal things are going, yes, we are struggling right now. The manner as we have been doing for the past week, 10 days, there's lot of lot of questions that are cropping up. Ab kya hoga? Ib kya hoga is how they said. How many days this will go on? Whether the government is extending or not? By all indication, it is. But the big question is how much. So let's see. Right now we are cooped up, not on a broader thing, yes, spreading the virus and all, but more importantly on a very self-preservation mode. We are cooped up to protect our own selves, right? There's a Darwinism kind of a thing out here. We have to survive this event, and hopefully we'll be doing good as as this time passes. Hopefully there will be a beautiful day that waits us all at the other end of this tunnel. So on that hope and expectation, I take your leave. I'll see you again next week with a fresh edition of Lockdown Diaries. Till then, take care, stay inside, wash your hands and do your best. Bye bye. I'll see you again.